What's good, folks? Listen, today we got a little bit of bad news. So, the year 2024. It's been a wild year. We had a lot of highs and we had a whole lot of lows. But we about to get into the worst game disasters of this year. Now, some of these games, they might not have came out this year, but they felt the repercussion this year. Now, let me tell you, we done had some train wrecks. All around. I think it's been a good year, though. Now, honorable mentions. We got EA. Now, listen, I know what you're thinking. EA, what are we talking about, EA? EA, I'm specifically talking about the news that they won't be coming out with The Sims 5. Instead, they'll be adding an expansion pack for The Sims 4. Now, if you want to know more about that, I got a video covering that. Hopefully, it's up there on top of the corner of the screen. But that would be my honorable mention. Listen, it's an honorable mention because we don't know how bad it's going to be. But at the same time, we don't know how good it's going to be. Another honorable mention. Saints Row. Listen, Saints Row. We had a lot of hope for it. I enjoyed some of the gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed some of the gameplay. But that story with that dumb cowboy, they tried to really go back in time. Listen, I'm about to really snap on Saints Row, bro, because they had the blueprint. Like, what you mean we some college kids trying to pay off our debt? Like, for the Saints Row game? No, bro, we talking about Saints Row here. We over here, we catching bodies. We getting active. What you mean I'm over here trying to pay? Like, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say the gameplay was bad, but let's be honest, that story was absolutely atrocious, and I see why everybody didn't like it. I feel sad because that game, it had its ups and downs, but it's at the honorable mention list because I feel like it died off the year before 2024. To start off the list, number 5, Anthem. You ain't heard that game in a minute. Anthem's final shutdown. Listen, we start with Anthem because it was destined for failure on day one. Listen, BioWare finally pulled the plug. It ended any hope of it reviving itself, and they promised to rework it and improve the game, but it never managed to recover. It kind of been dead for a minute, but I feel like 2024 it put the nail in the coffin. Next one, number 4. We got Redfall. Listen, it launched in 2023, but the trouble really carried over after the launch. So the update promised to fix some bugs, improve the AI, and make the game more playable. But even after this, it still remained a broken mess, and players who play it now, non-existent for real. Redfall, it could have been a redeemable story, but instead it was just bad, man. It was just all them bugs, bruh. Next up, Concords. Now, if you don't remember Concords, it's because the game ain't never even came out. Listen, it was supposed to be Sony's big push in the multiplayer shooting, but nobody knew about it. Listen, it had some hype. It had some hype for the time, but it quickly got overshadowed by just better genres. And despite the hype from PlayStation showcasing it, it seems like Concord really just never even left an impression. Like, you could easily forget about that game. It was in a little beta mode, but it was one of Sony's biggest budget hero shooters, and it failed absolutely crazily. Like, oh my gosh. See, now I'm starting to think of something. I'm starting to think conspiracy. That's why that PS5 Pro so high. Cause of that. Listen, Sony said, oh, so our hero shooter thing we made for y'all gonna fail? Oh yeah, y'all gonna fail to get this PS5 Pro. Now that's what I think they said. Now I'm on to something now. Let me think about that real quick. I might even make another video on that. We gonna have to see. But Concord, you did this to us. You made the PS5 Pro for $800. Now, let's get out of that. Number 2, Forspoken's. Listen, Forspoken, bruh. It struggled to stay relevant. Now, it did have a rough start in 2023, but it didn't get any better in 2024. And to be honest, I was looking forward to that game, bruh. Like, that game, the visuals, the looks, the graphics, it looked beautiful. But Square Enix, bruh, it attempted to improve it with patches and DLCs, but the game just underwhelming. Everybody felt like it was too late to save it, and by 2024, it became clear that Forspoken was not finna be like that game. It was not finna be it. It quickly became forgotten, and I ain't gonna say it hit home, because I really just, all I did was look at the trailer and be like, Sean. Like, I was like, yeah, this look good. I might even play it. But hey, it flopped. Luckily, we had Hogwarts to save us from that tragedy. Now, number one, finally, this game, massive hype. Survivor MMO. Promise an experience like no other. We talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 would not hold a candle to it. Some of y'all might know what game I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about The Days Before. My fault. The Day Before. Now, if you don't know what The Day Before is, it was supposed to be this survival MMO game that was going to take over the world. Graphics was on point. Everything was on point. They really thought it was finna be like that biggest thing. Like, this finna hold us over till Grand Theft Auto 6. And it might even overtake Grand Theft Auto 6. Listen, when The Day Before finally dropped in 2024, it was bug, lackluster gameplay, far cry from what they were promised, bruh. And it was most definitely the biggest flop of the year. You know what? Biggest flop all time, bruh. Not only did they do that, they really almost dipped with everybody's money. They try to dip with folks' bread. I don't like that. So The Days Before, they hyped it up so much that it was just a scam. Like, this is the worst. Like, I can't think of another time worse than this. That The Days Before, and that, ooh. Listen, I had to take a little break. Almost, bro. They about to make me crash out, because, bro, when I tell you I was looking forward to The Days Before, bro. Don't mind the voice crack. But I was looking forward to The Days Before for a long time. They were teasing and hinting every single, like, everybody was hyped for the game. Everybody was anticipating it. And the day it released, it was like, oh my gosh, it's finally here. I had so much anticipation for this game, and then yoink, they take it away, and it was the absolute worst hunk of dog. Listen, just speaking on this game almost made me crash out. That's just speaking on how bad this game was, and how much they overpromised, and how just the little scam that they did, man. Not cool at all. But what do you think is the worst gaming disaster of this year, or of all time? Because let me tell you, for me, The Days Before, I will always have beef with that game. And I say it's the worst of all time, but you let me know, because I'm sure there has been a lot more. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the noti if you wanna, and we out.